Looking a little bit low there. Hey, Casual here. Good to see you all. Welcome to Friday. It's almost the weekend. Brilliant stuff. And welcome to this Outriders stream. As you can see on the screen, come on, Elden Ring. It's brilliant. It's an absolutely brilliant game, and I'm rubbish at it, but it is so good. It's so good. So, you know, maybe no one will join the stream, and I'll just play Elden Ring for a bit. But we'll see. Anyway, so welcome to the stream. We're going to cover a few things today. Obviously, try and catch up to any of the news that's going on. Not a lot on the Outriders front, but we'll talk about some other games as well. As I wasn't around for Tuesday's stream. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling too great. And then we'll run through the build that I put out earlier today, which was one of subscribers' build, Orion, who's a regular on the stream. So, you know, thanks for sending that in, Orion. I don't think you're on at the moment, but hopefully you'll catch this later. Excuse me. It was a good build, but I made some tweaks to it, and I'll talk through the tweaks I made and why I made them, and then we'll take it out for a spin. If we've got a few people on, then we'll also get a few people into the expeditions on Outriders and try it out in group play as well, which would be great. Then after that, yeah, I mean, if we have some time, maybe we'll do a little bit of Elden Ring, which, yeah, I mean, I have to say, I've played probably about 14-15 hours on Elden Ring. I'm not good at Souls games. You know, I've never really played them in the past. I sort of dabbled with them, but then got frustrated. Really trying to get into Elden Ring and loving it. Really loving it. It's, yeah, such a big game and so much to do, so much to find, so much to work out, and it really doesn't hold your hand at all. Yeah, it gives you absolutely nothing to go on, or very little. I mean, yes, you can read all the tooltips and everything else, but it's, you know, from that point of view, it's I've been loving it though. You know, just really trying to work things out, exploring a hell of a lot, and I've touched a fraction of the map at the moment. I can show you on here that, yeah, I mean, I've done kind of that much out of what is, you know, a very big map. I know it goes all the way up here and beyond. Yeah, and I've hardly touched it. It's big. It's really big, but it's awesome. So if you get a chance to pick up Elden Ring, wholeheartedly recommend it. But let's jump out of that one and go to Outriders, and I'll start running through the build. So, oh God. Whoa! Okay. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Okay, let's boot it up. Hey, we've got at least one person on. So good to see you. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're having a great Friday. Hope you've got good plans for the weekend. All right, we're going in. Shout out if and let me know who is on. There must be a way you can actually see that. Maybe I should have to try and work that out. All right, so we're jumping onto the Trickster because that was the build that I put out this morning. Hey, right. I'm going to take you through your build now. It's just me and you. We'll talk about it. But people might watch this on playback, so we'll go through it. So what I'm going to do actually first is I'll put up your build. And I have to say, it's a great build. And it's, so there you go. So that is Orion's Blade Harbinger build. I mean, I think your build clearly was focused on how to do the end game content. You know, or the toughest content better. So the Eye of the Storm, Realm of Fear. Yeah, I think it's perfectly set up for that. The fact you've got, yeah, I'll pull it. Hang on, let me just pull up on the back screen the skills and pop that down a sec. So, I mean, once you've got Disruption, this is the thing that frustrates me about the middle tree on Trickster. So, Disruption Shield is fantastic skill, and you know, when you had it with your build, you've got Venetus Knife and Time Rift on there. Yeah, you're going to have your shield up 100% of the time, and it's going to be 100% shield 100% of the time. And it's just like, you don't need anything else because, of course, the shield gives you protection against, or it gives you both physical and anomaly damage reduction. So you don't need anything other than a shield once it's up. And with what you've got and with the short cooldowns, it's always going to go up. The problem is you've got to pick up all this other stuff. So, I mean, if you go, you pick up resistance, well, you don't need that because you've got a shield. I mean, that obviously is useful. The cooldown is useful for deception skills, so you can keep popping them. You don't need armor, but you got to pick some up, or increase shield. But you're getting 50% anyway. You can only get 100%. So why would you need any more? Then your shield degradation. Yeah, I mean, the shield degradation is useful for keeping it up. You get health, but your shield's going to stop you from ever taking any health damage. Then you get extra heals, but you're not taking any health damage because you've got a shield. You got more damage mitigation, which does protect the shield a little bit, but you've got 100% shield. So, I mean, I just think when they designed this one, when PCF designed it, I think they went over the top. Yeah, I mean, you just don't need all that extra survivability when the shield is there. So it's a bit, yeah. I wish that the disruption shield came earlier in the actual middle tree, albeit you'd never use anything. Or yeah, maybe they made it put it somewhere like that. I mean, because again, like, why would you pick up more armor when you've got 100% shield? You don't need it. It's just overkill. Why would you need even more? I mean, you can be so unbelievably tanky with the middle tree and Trickster, but you're just never going to need it in this game. It's just all in Outrider. It's just too much. So that's why I pulled it back. So let me just pull up the image again. Now, I did like some things in there because when I built my last Trickster build, the one that was try this build, board, try this build, or whatever it was, I actually ran it with the armor mod on for Borrowed Time, and actually seeing your build actually made me realise, hang on a sec, what the hell am I doing? Why would I want more armor when actually in reality I just want my shield always to be there, because the shield sits in front of the armor, so the armor is kind of useless as long as I can always keep my shield up. So that was one thing I picked up from your build, which I thought, yeah, that's really useful. And that's why I'm picking up the shield degradation, because Borrowed Time gives you basically it's half health. Yeah, no, it can be, but I just think that, if there's a lot of skill life leech on your build as well. So as long as you're putting out lots of damage, you don't necessarily, that's what I use certainly to keep up, is you got the skill life leech, and I haven't even got it fully optimized as the build. I think having skill life leech on every piece I think was perfect. I mean, there's no point in putting close range damage because you're not doing firepower weapon damage, so what's the point? So I think with the skill life leech and the shield, you probably should be fine, other than in the hardest content in the game. So I completely agree with you. I had a storm. You need the extra, having all that extra survivability, I think is perfect. But what I'm doing effectively here is, because Borrowed Time, that 11,626, that's roughly 50% of your shield anyway. So I've replaced Disruption Shield with Borrowed Time. And then I'm using the degradation to then actually make sure that it stays up all of the time. And because it's on a 6-second cooldown, I'm popping it all the time. And then the other thing that I'm using on it, if I can remember which one I put it on, yeah, there you go, is aggressive teleportation, which I can't remember who it was who suggested it, but someone did, to say, hey, why don't you use that one for extra damage? And so I've now built that into the build so that I can just do the double tap all the time. So, and you do the 300,000 of damage to enemies within 8 meters, and it's going to give you that, you can see, just under 50% shield. And because it's the degradations there, I can always keep it up. So there's always some sort of shield there. And of course, then every time you kill something with a trickster, you're getting the shields there, and because you're putting out so much damage now with this build, you're basically you can keep that up all the time. So you're getting 20% shield every time you kill something in close range. So that's one of the things I would change, was say, look, don't take that, and because of that, it gives you access to all of the buffs on the bottom tree, and I think that's quite really useful from the point of view of putting out more damage. So you got the combat shields timeline on top of that. Was the one we both took, I think, counter shield there with the deception skill, which for your build again, it was perfect. Because you were popping deception skills all the time. You still are. Again, the cooldown on time rift is 7.6 seconds, so it's always going to be up all the time. And I get you. I mean, it's like I absolutely agree with you about playstyle with this game. Is you kind of do what you think works for you as well. So I think that's if you need the extra survivability, go for it. I think what I want to try and do was to try and get it so that it was a balance for people who are, who want to be able to run very competitively with some of the best builds out there. So, and in which case I was trying to balance that damage output with enough survivability. By picking up all these buffs to anomaly power, so you basically got 150% buff flowing through here. And now you're not going to have up perfectly, because popping everything in 10 seconds is probably unlikely. But you're probably going to have at least 100% anomaly power up all the time. And then, of course, I'm using that, the resistance piercing and the armor piercing on this one to then marry with that gun on, unstoppable force and no resistance against fortified. Hey, Tempest, how's it going? So I think, and that's we're just running through. It's actually Ryan's build we're running through. And hang on, so I've still got that image on the screen, so you probably didn't see any of that. Ooh. Let's pop that down. So let me go back and just do that again. So I was just saying, so pull back on the middle tree from Orion's build, just because, and we were talking about a bit of personal preference about the type of content you're doing, so that I could pick up all of the damage stuff. And I think, the buffs you get to anomaly power for the Trickster, those three, are actually incredibly powerful compared to you're right, Orion. This is one of the things, isn't it? Is that we're down to the stage where every build pretty much has been done to death, and so now we're tweaking. Funnily enough, actually, I think this build ended up being the strongest Trickster build that I've actually, outside of the kind of world record firepower build that I played. So I think it was great to be able to build it. But as I was saying, so the buffs you get to anomaly power on the Trickster feel like they're much bigger than you actually get from some of the other classes. So I think when you look at particularly Devastator is rubbish. It only gets like the one, which is like 30%. But even the other ones, they're sort of more like 30% buffs rather than the 50% you get there. And then similar to the middle tree of the Pyromancer, you got these buffs to armor piercing and resistance piercing, which then feeds just into the unstoppable force and no resistance against the fortified. And that glitch is still in the game. I'm sure it'll come out soon, but at the moment, you can stack no resistance against the fortified as much as you like, and it just keeps stacking, which, I mean... it sometimes feels bad to take advantage of a glitch, but I mean, it does show how you can maximize that. I wouldn't go above 2 of them, because you actually start to lose out on other things. So I think 2 is about perfect. I also think, one of the other things I took from your build, Orion, was, that just temporal blade. So I was using, in my previous build I did, the previous Anomaly Power Trickster build, I used Twisted Rounds to get the buffs to anomaly damage and Sign of the Void. Actually, I think Temporal Blade is much, much better. Having that extra damage, because I was never really using Twisted Rounds for anything much other than to proc those nodes. Temporal Blade gives me actually really good damage, Plus the interrupt and the slow is great, because whenever you get anything around you, you pop that and it gives you, a breather. I mean, and it even works obviously on brood mothers, which so many things don't seem to. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more frustrating than playing a Devastator, popping endless mass on a broodmother and just see it completely ignore you. It's just so frustrating. So that was a great, and I really like you took that, and I think that's a great one to use. And then I think the other mods, so I think Double Slice, the gear set bonus from the Edge of Time set. I mean, that means you're getting 150% plus to the damage that Temporal Blade does. So it's going to hit pretty hard. And then when you've actually ramped up all of your buffs, make sure I do them all, you're talking about 419,000 damage times 1.5 times. So you're up towards roughly about, because that 100% isn't in there. Or the 150% isn't in there. So that's going to get you up to 1 million of damage from Temporal Blade. So suddenly you've got 1 million there. The other one you've got, of course, is, I'll do it again, is a little bit of pain, if I thought there was, which is doing 1.3 million. So you've now got Temporal Blade that's doing 1 million, a little bit of pain that does 1.3 million, and that the little bit of pain, it will kill every non-elite in the game. And because you've got it's long range, it's across the entire map as well, which is just awesome. You just now, we'll try it in group play to see, where obviously the enemies have a bit more health, whether it can still do it. This is in solo play. Solo play, you line them up and you just take them out with that and run past them, and it's great. So particularly things like Colosseum, the first bits are just so easy, because every 7 seconds or 7.6 seconds, you can pop Time Rift along those channels you've got within the first really 2 areas, and it kills everything. And it's just, they're gone, which is just great. So I think, and in fact, it also does weakness. It means it's still really effective against bosses, because you can actually reduce the damage they're doing. So I think, that's, you've got 2 really strong ways of dealing damage there. You've got aggressive teleportation, which does a little bit of damage. It's not massive, but it's a nice little chip, and obviously it's proccing everything. And then you've got all of your usuals from your Funeral Power with Shadow Combat and Claymore Torrent, and from I use Roaring Umbra. You can use the Guillotine or the Ammonoi with the Moaning Winds and Radiation Splash, whichever you prefer using. I prefer this because I find it just a little bit more accurate. I can pop off in a kinetic stomp and then time the Moaning Winds. But if you want to do both at once, that works as well. I mean, they're both as good as each other, to be honest. It's just personal preference. But so you've got 1 million there. You've got 500,000, whatever it is there. You've got lots of different ways of putting out a shed ton of damage. I was going to say a shit ton, but I don't want to swear on stream. And so that makes the build just incredibly strong from that point of view. So let me just see if I can quickly show you just on solo play that's probably I'm just thinking which is the best one to just hit them all at once, so you can see like the whole screen going. Let's try to see if I can line them up on that at the start bit. And I'll literally just do the start bit and stop, and then we get in. Hey, looks like we've got 3 people on now, so just say hi in the chat. Or don't. You don't have to. Up to you. Hang on, let me just put my headset on so I can actually hear what's going on. Alrighty. I'll just try and see if I can line up a good few. Actually, what I can do, I can just go down here and just... So you got the line there, just pop it down. So these are all just going to die now, everything in that line. So if you line them up nicely, you're going to get be able just to wipe them very quickly with this one. So there you go, pop it down. There you go, the entire map's gone there. So I mean, it's just there's so much potential for damage output. It's great. Now it doesn't always hit 100%. So once the broodmother's got its absorbing skin up, it won't hit with the little bit of pain. So at that point, albeit the cyclones, the temporal blade always will. Once it's down, it will do. So you just have to make sure you either do one of your moaning wind splashes, pop something just to get it so that it will take it. Oh, so I did two there because it won't overlap on the skills like that. But I mean, it's very much this is an easy mode sort of build as well, because it does so much damage and just boom. There you go. So I mean, you see, it's the amount of AoE damage you can do on this build is great because of that. And so I think damage output, it's awesome. I mean, I probably did about half a dozen expeditions with the finished build. I did Chem Plant in about 8 minutes 13. Now it's not record builds time. I can't remember what the trickster is, but it's probably about 5 minutes something or 6 minutes. But 8 minutes 13 on Chem Plant is still a good time. I never really felt like in danger of going down. But I agree with you, Ryan. If you need a little bit more healing or more survivability, pull back. I mean, I think as soon as if you decide to pull back, you're obviously going to take away these ones maybe first. And so you're going away from the unstoppable force, no resistance, again the fortified. That's fine. You could take away these three to then start bringing you into here to get more of the shield degradation, armor. You could pop out some more resistance. That gives you another one of those. If you want to go all the way going back to your build, I think that's fine. I mean, it is very, very tanky with going all the way to the end of the middle tree. And stick with something pretty similar to what you had, I think, is the answer. I think I did put out a tank build, didn't I, a while ago, for the trickster, and I think I mean, it's different. The problem, the trickster's the one class that's just not very good on the debuffs because it hasn't got. It's not like the other classes where they have a natural way to actually apply it, whether it be the Devastator's Bleed through just modding. Things like Earthquake, Gravity Leap, Endless Smash, you can mod all of them, or Golem as well. I think the Devastator is probably the easiest to apply debuff. The Pyromancer and the Technomancer close behind though. But the Trickster just doesn't have, its debuff is slow as you go, well, it doesn't do anything. There's no debuffs to scale off that within the mods. So therefore, in order to actually get something, to actually you build a debuff build with the Trickster, you'd have to actually then put something like, bleeding bullets, freezing bullets, toxic bullets onto your gun, and then you're losing one of the, Claymore Torrent or Shadow Comet, which I think is quite a big loss because they're really effective ways to clear enemies. I realise now I've just gone into the build, so that was that's Ryan's build. The video's out on that now. If anyone's got any questions, just shout. Actually, I know Tempest and Orion will ask, but the one other person who's on here, do shout if you've got any questions. So in terms of news, nothing on Outriders. It's quiet as a mouse still. They're still doing the usual tweets on a regular basis, which say nothing. They're just sort of like, "Ooh, show us your favourite weapon," or something stupid like that, or whatever it is. So we're all just waiting. I mean, I I kind of worry now because you see, like, yes, there is a core fan base, and it's quite a strong core fan base, which is great. But it's a fairly small core fan base at this stage. I think I would guess that if there's more than sort of 5 to 10,000 people playing the game across all platforms, that's probably the most there is at the moment. And a lot of people are just picking up as well, which is cool. I tend to play it every week, but it is a bit more now just picking up as and when, because there's nothing to do at this stage, other than working on different builds, and I think we've done most of those. So yeah, it's tough. I think they need to get World Slayer or have some sort of announcement on that very soon. They said spring 2022 for an announcement, and I'm like, okay, this month then. So March 21st, that's the start of spring. Okay, are we going to get an announcement? When are we going to? They need to put something out to get people back into it. I'd agree with you, actually, Ryan. I almost never play. Excuse me. I almost never play firepower builds anymore because they're just point and click. It's just there's no. They're boring. They're great if you want to go. Well, no, all right, let me take that back. If you wanted to do speed runs, then you're probably going to be doing on Technomancer or Trickster. You're probably doing firepower, just because they are that little bit stronger. But it's point and click. That's all it is. There's almost no. It's just nothing. You're not doing anything. It all becomes then about pure memory of where the thing's going to come from. So you're aiming at it, shooting at the right time. Throw out your turrets or pop in hunt the prey or whatever. But I agree. I think they're boring, to be honest. Firepower. They need something to change when we get to World Slayer. AP builds are more, for me, and it's a personal preference, they're more fun. Yeah, a bit of news about World Slayer would be nice. Anything would be nice. Are you still making it? That would be nice. It's just been so quiet. Yeah, I know they would temper. I know people will be going like, firepower's the best. You go, yeah, firepower for 3 of the classes. The Devastator is very close between firepower and AP, but the Devastator's a way behind the other classes. Firepower for Technomancer and for Trickster, yes, they are stronger than the AP builds that are out there. But it's just, I like AP builds because you're constantly doing something while you're playing. You're hitting your skills. The cooldowns on these are insane. So every maximum 7 seconds, I'm doing something other than just firing. And actually, I don't fire that much. Yeah, that's a really good point, Tempest. Yeah, no, I wouldn't disagree with that, actually. I think, I'm with you on, funny enough, actually, I started playing Division 2 with a friend, I think I said last week, on PC, on my desktop. Which amazingly can still handle it because there's no way I can afford actually a new graphics card. But and I tried it with mouse and keyboard and I hate it. I'm a console boy, I admit it. PCs may be the master race, but I'm just not very good with mouse and keyboard. It doesn't feel as natural anymore. When I used to play World of Warcraft on mouse and keyboard, fine. Probably would have been different, but I've been playing consoles for so long now that for me, a controller is always much more comfortable. But I completely agree. Hitting crits with a controller in any game is tough. It's tough. And people who do, they're incredibly talented at being able to do that. So I agree. I think it's much closer between, and I see that in my times. But to be fair, the Trickster world record speedrun build, yeah, it's faster than this one, but not in certain expeditions by very small margins. I was looking at maybe 15, 20 seconds difference. So this is a good tricks to build. And yeah, it's just getting that balance between damage output and survivability, really. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's a really good point, Tempest, on the crits. The only mod you've got that potentially you could use, then, because I did have way back, I built a couple of builds based on it. Maybe that might be exaggeration. Made one build on it, and that's Embalmer's Rage, which is, if I can remember, it's that one, isn't it? Yeah. That's a bit sad, isn't it, when I know what the icons look like? I've played this game way too much. So, I mean, that one, I built a build on it, and yeah, you can build a console build around that. I mean, I basically ran it on an Amber Vault with Killing Spree and that on. So and all the, obviously, the firepower mods that you can, budget, oh God, Sharp Eye, Bloodlust. You can put Crit Stack on, because Crit Stack will now work perfectly. You can put on the hang on, let me just you can put on, I forgot what it's called actually. This one, was it? Yeah, Kingslayer. You can put that on. It's going to work. Yeah, and that's going to be very powerful, because as we know, the way things work is that 32,000 then gets scaled up by all of your other mods. Because they're multiplicative against the firepower. So yeah, you can build crit for consoles, but yeah, you have to use Embalmer's Rage, or else you just never hit anything. It's just, it's too hard. So I think you're right. I mean, I think PC players where they can hit crits probably have an easier time, and that's probably why a lot of the speed runs are on PC. Yeah, no, you're spot on, around. Yeah, I mean, the Pyromancer's Akari gear set, AP build is still way the best for Pyromancers. Devastator, it's very close. I've seen some firepower builds for the Devastator do really well. So, Dude with a Blunt did a very good one using a shotgun. I think he did Boomtown in 3 minutes 17, which is insane. But yeah, so check out his video if you want to see that. But yeah, for I've never seen on the Techno and the Trickster any APs really getting into the top ones. I mean, I'd love to do it, but yeah, I just don't think so. In terms of other news, sorry, before I jump on, not Division 2. There's just a lot of, I guess you call it fake news, but it's a lot of, at the moment on Division 2, everything is really just sort of people trying to guess what's going to happen in terms of when Heartland will come out, when the update to Division 2 will come out. I mean, it certainly looks like Heartland is going to come before the update. The update to Division 2 probably isn't until May at the earliest. Heartland looks like it's coming out before that. There's been screenshots of the in-game menus coming out, have been leaked. I think coming from the current testing. So unless something goes wrong in the testing of Heartland, it's probably going to be out within the next couple of months, you would guess. Maybe. And then Division 2 update, as I said, everyone is thinking it might be May, just based on the dates of the seasons. So a few things coming out there, which is good news. I'm still playing my way through that. With Elden Ring definitely derailed me this week, because it's just a really good game. The other thing that came out, or news drop, actually, was Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So they did their news drops have been pretty insane, really. The amount of information they've released prior to release of the game has been great. I mean, it's, I think back to the launch of Outriders and the demo, it's a bit like that. Now, a lot of the top content creators and streamers, so people like Moxie, Killer 6, I forgot what Jolts something or other. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Got access to a demo of, I think it was just one side mission, but yeah, the reviews or the impressions, I think it's probably the right word, isn't it? Coming out from that have been really, really positive. And so it's looking like that will be a really good game. The other thing they dropped was they dropped the entire skill or class trees. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. Yeah, Reload Boost mod is the big one. And it is big because it boosts anomaly damage, not anomaly power, and that's why everyone loves it so much, because it works for all of your weapon mods. So it's a pure debuff rather than a boost to your underlying stats, and so it just becomes more powerful. So yeah, it's definitely a good one. That is, yeah, the world record speedrun build for Pyro uses that one, and it's quite crazy. The other thing it uses is overheats. Overheats, where Phoenix Force on overheat, if you pop that, even if you haven't triggered anything else, the buff gets applied. So Phoenix Force gives you, I think it's 6,418 anomaly power for every enemy hits. Sorry, it's supposed to be every enemy where a status effect is consumed by overheat. The reality is, though, they don't need any status effect for that to work. So what you'll see in the speed runs is before the doors even open on, say Boomtown or something like that, they pop overheat, which is on sort of it's like a 6-second cooldown. So they pop it, it hits every single enemy, in range, because that one's got an entire map range on it, basically. So they get this massive anomaly power boost. They can do their reload boost to buff their AP damage, and then go into their Ash Blast overheat again just to wipe everything. And so it's ridiculous. There's some crazy combos on the Pyromancer, which is just works really, really well. So Tiny Tina, they released all of the skill trees. They look really cool, actually. I think there's some good classes where they're just pure single tree. So things like the Clawbringer and I think the Spell Shot. Actually, both Spell Shot, Clawbringer and Stabbermancer. So basically your Paladin / Crusader, your Mage and your Rogue. Because they do, they have built them by the looks of it. So they're very similar to those traditional fantasy classes. But those ones look like they can be pretty much go deep into the skill trees, and they'll give you really good classes. The other ones, I think you've got much more option for hybrid builds, picking up a bit of some other. But they're certainly, even looking at them, they look really fun builds to play that will be very unique. And I think that's, as we know from Outriders, having that uniqueness of the classes is what brings us all back, and the ability to try out different builds. It's going to be similar in terms of, the interesting thing is, so the max level is 40. So you start level 1, level 2, but you get your action skill from 1 or 2 action skills for each class. You'll then have 38 skill points to put into your classes. All of the classes have 44 nodes, or whatever you want to call it. You can put a max of 44 in, other than, I think it was, I've forgotten which ones actually. I think Clawbringer was 43 and Spellshot was 41. But what it basically means is, if you go deep into one, you're probably, you could actually use all of your skill points in just one class, and it would be a good build on some of them. Actually, probably on all of them. I think all of them would be good builds. If you go hybrid at all, so put more than maybe 5 to 10, probably 10 actually, you could put into a different class and still have a good build, because there's typically on all of these skill trees on Tiny Tina's, they're split about half and half. So Spore Warden, I say, has half is all about gun damage and buffing that. The other half is about his companions, or his companion, his Shroom. Which, yeah, I mean, the stream looks, I mean, they had to put something out there. It just looks hilarious. You know, I'm slightly more than 12, but much younger than I really am, sort of way. Yeah, you've got, you know, the one that taunts enemies into a fart cloud and then poisons them. And you're just going, yep, yep, that's Borderlands for you. It'd be interesting to see what the animation is on that one, how that works. But I mean, yeah, it's that one looks and it's got some really good buffs, and you know, so you may end up saying, okay, well, I don't want to run a companion build. I'm going to run the pure gun damage one on Spore Warden. And in which case, yeah, you'll probably have 10 points you can put somewhere else, and so you can pick up from the multi-classing. No, I'm 10%. I think it's the right way to do it, to be honest. I mean, it's actually one of the good things they're doing is they're giving you the information so far that basically you'll have day one. So, you know, you think about it, every class you'll be able to see what the class tree is straight away. You won't be able to select the skill points and you won't be able to try them out, but you're absolutely going to be able to see all that information. Yeah, they've released that. They're giving you that information. All the stuff that's out there is stuff that day one, as soon as you turn the game on, you will have. So it's not really spoilers. They're just sort of saying, hey, here's a head start. And the demo access they gave was a side mission rather than the main mission. So again, they've been good, I think, about not spoiling it. Hey James, good to have you on the stream. That's a good question. I think it has got crossplay. I'm trying to remember. I think I've seen that. But I'll tell you what, I'll check it and put it in a comment to this stream afterwards. So check back and just have a look at the comments, maybe in a few hours after this finished. Because thinking about it, does Borderlands 3 have crossplay? I've always played it with my sons on the same platform, so I think they do have crossplay. So I think it should be. And to be honest, I can't imagine a game coming out now that doesn't have crossplay, because everyone is doing it pretty much. So you think about, Destiny has crossplay, doesn't it? Yeah. Outriders has crossplay. Division 2 is one of the oddities in that they built it without crossplay, and they basically came out and said, we can't do it because it'd be too much of a rewrite to get there. So I will check that. I'm vaguely thinking I've seen that it will have crossplay, but I can't 100% say for sure. But what I'll do is I'll have a look afterwards and just post it in the comments to this one as an answer to you, James, so you can just check back and have a look at it. So yeah, very exciting. Google says, go on, Ryan. Google says, well, no, come on, Google. You could just look it up, couldn't you? Gearbox Offense, yeah, I haven't. Okay, since then, it runs off on the same text as Borderlands 3. This is awesome. There you go. Thank you very much. Perfect. Yeah, no, which makes sense. It makes that. I think, that definitely makes sense. So that'd be great. It's always frustrating when your friends are on one platform and you're on a different one and you can't join up at all. Hang on a sec. Went down the wrong way. Right. So I think that's most of the big news. I think on Tiny Sinners we're going to have sort of news dumps coming pretty much every day now. Not every day, every week now up until the launch, which I think, what's funny is I thought it was March 24th because when I looked on the Microsoft Store for the buying it now, it said March 24th, but that may be, I wonder if it's going to be a bit like Elden Ring, where, because that basically was launching, but it came out at 10 p.m. New York time on the day before launch, I think it was. So I wonder if actually we'll be able to play it from March the 24th in certain locations. But March 25th is the official launch date. So we're only, what, just over 3 weeks? No, 3 weeks exactly. Yep. 3 weeks away from that one. So that's probably going to be the next big thing. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then other than that, as I said, nothing on Outriders, sadly. And again, not a lot on Division 2. Excellent. Well, let's maybe run a few expeditions if anyone fancies. Who's up for it? And I can try this build out. If for the people who joined later, and you missed the me running through the build, go back and have a look at it later. I ran through the build that went out this morning in quite a bit of detail. It's Orion's build, so it's a good one. And then I've just tweaked it a little bit for really my personal play style. So we'll be running through that now. But does anyone want to join up from some expeditions? If not, it'll be very lonely. If not, I'm just going to put Elden Ring on. Oh. All right, Orion's in. All right. All right, Tempest, all right. That sounds good. I've got Tempest says I can send you an invite. And I'll, as always, type the game code. Anyone else wants to play, just shout out in the comments. We'll swap out in a bit, but we'll run a few first. All right. So E4K 8R5L2. All right. And today, Tempest is going with... I can never tell, actually, until it's... Oh, there he is. He's gone with the... he's gone with his usual, actually. That's your usual one, isn't it? Yeah, you're the one that does all the earthquake damage. Well, that's good, because... yeah, I thought so. Hey, calm down. Yeah, I can do that, look. Boosh. We've both got one of those now. But you can't do that. Let me know if I got to do another code. I don't know if you were actually in game, Orion, or not. And if James, you're still on and you want to play a bit later, or, do let me know. I'd love to have you. Ooh, Pyromancer. Okay. Let's start it nice and easy. We'll go for... Do you know... Let's go for Heart of the Wild. I haven't done Heart of the Wild in quite a while, actually. Not one of my favourites, but... All right. I'm just going to move the mic down a little bit so... All right. Hey, calm down. God blimey. There you go. Now, it's curious to see what this does. It's not fully powered up. Yeah, it still wipes all non-elites, that does. That's pretty nice. So as long as I can line them up, they're going to go down. So far, a few seconds into the expedition, and the thumbs are up on this build, because that is still very strong. Okay, let's pop that. Pop that. Actually, I was a bit early on that, wasn't I? Ooh, nice thermal. Like that one. That was awesome. Do, do, do. He's off doing it again, isn't he, Ryan? He's just like running off, doing his own thing. Oh, something's in the circle. Oh yeah. Very nice. Good news is I can still hit them from across the map. I've got the circle. I'm holding it down. Don't panic, chaps. Oh, that was stupid. Still got its skin up. Wow, that went down quick. It kind of feels like we missed an entire wave of the enemies there. It was so quick. We really should start thinking about doing some speed runs. Do the trios. I think this is a really good combo, the ones we've got here. Nice. It's like easy money. Hey, 4 people on. Thanks for joining us. We're just running some expeditions now. We did run through the Trickster build that went out this morning. So rewind if you want to see that. And we have to talk about some of the latest news around Outriders, Tiny Tina, and Division 2. And so we're just taking this Trickster build out for a run, see how it does. So far, liking it. Yeah, bugger. Interesting. I kind of glitched out there. Alright. I'm getting some weird lag at the moment, but let's see how it goes. Waste. Nice. Very easy. Don't even know if that's a good time or not. We'll assume it is. Too much gear. And too much rubbish gear. Very good, gents. Let's line up the next one. I have to say, Ryan, we're looking very coordinated. It's impressive. All right, so I think that was that seemed a reasonable one. Let's have a look at the damage and just see how this does compare to the other classes. Yeah, a little bit lower there. A little bit lower. Ooh, Orion. Okay. Let's see if I can pick it up a bit. Temporal blade, muddle a bit of pain. Alright, let's run a few and just see how it does. Yeah, no, well, if you did, we wouldn't be able to kill anything, so I'm kind of glad that that you do have a little bit. Should we do... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Let's do Stargrave, nice and easy. We'll work out towards Wellspring. I think one of the challenges Ryan has, James, is he's based in Europe and I'm in New York. So we, jumping across time zones like this makes it a little bit tricky in terms of the lag and everything. I think it's more that than anything that's causing it rather than different platforms. Okay, let's see if I can line these up. Nice. There we go. Inside. Jeez. Wow. They're going down very quick. Haha, I got him. Yeah. Jeez, it's getting tough to actually get any kills because they're going down so fast. Ooh, nice explosions. Oh my god, those guys didn't stand a chance. I feel sorry for them. That's kind of trivializing the content here, aren't we? Almost putting out too much damage. I mean, that was insane. I go left. Get some ammo. Oh, you're in the office right now? Oh, that sucks. Man, you got a PS4 in your office. That's quite nice. That sounds pretty good setup. Ah, don't you... Okay. One left over there. Ooh, you got it. Nice. And that's a really good time there. Oh, work from home office. Very nice. Yeah, this is my work from home office as well. 6 minutes, 3 seconds. All right, hang on. I just 1 second. I want to see what the world record speed run is on this one. Hang on. If I could actually type speed run. All right. Solos for Stargrave. Stargrave. There it is. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're not there yet. The fastest solo run of Stargrave is 3 minutes 30 seconds. That's insane. That's with a pyromancer. Ryan, you should have been able to carry us to that. Come on. The duel is 3 minutes 26. And this isn't going to scroll across, is it? Can I scroll across? No, it's not. It's a bit glitched. That's crazy, isn't it? Those are ridiculous times. Yeah, I mean, James, if you want to try and join, you're more than welcome to. You know, this everyone's welcome. But if you prefer to wait until you're on your PS5 another time, whatever works for you. Yeah, no, they went down very quick, but it shows you. I mean, the difference between I think you look at how we're playing this, and it feels like we're destroying the content, yet we're 2 minutes 30 off the solo best. Yeah, no, it's just the big difference, of course, is with the speed runs, particularly in like trios. Oh, you got a dev and a team. Oh, devs are cool. Come on, devs need more love. All right, so a bit more even, but it's still a little bit lower. This one is, isn't it, on the damage output? Interesting. Wonder how I could tweak it. I might have a look at that. Actually, one thing, Orion, if you want, send me over your pyromancer build, and maybe that's worth doing a video on it, because I do like the thermal bombs, but I've never really been able to get them to be that effective. So I'd love to see what you're doing to get the most out of them. I might hang on to that one. Okay. Ooh, yeah, no. All right. Yeah, solo. I mean, solo is, yeah. I mean, solo is easier from the point of view of course, the enemies are a little bit easier. Let's do Marshland Caverns. I'm going to do so, focusing on the ones we never do because Archways is so easy and Boomtown is just so short. Let's do Marshland Caverns. Yeah, I mean, solo is easier from the point of view of the enemies go down a little bit quicker, yes. But of course, you have the challenge of you when you watch the speed runs, they know the thing that they do that we're not doing here is they've memorized where every enemy will come from, and that's the big difference. 5 minutes, my stepdaughter's going to come home, so I'll have to quickly drop and or run and open the door for her. So at that point, I will leave it to you guys to carry my body for a few seconds. I'm going to trigger the alphas over here if I can. Oh no, there's one left, one left. Let's get them. Yeah, they are. I knew they wanted to come out. Too early. Oh no, it's gone down there. All right, I'll get these guys up here. Did that one not go? Ah, damn, I left one. Sorry about that. All right. It's pretty good. If I only let one enemy into the circles, that's nice. Oh, might be able to pop this before we've even killed the... Oh, no. Get out. I got him. Must be close. It must be close to pop in. There he goes. Nice. Let me just pick up some ammo as I run past. Yeah, that sounds good, James. We'll jump in after this one. All right, hang on. Just gotta go get the door. Oh, I'm still alive. Not yet. Ooh. All right, I'm back. Nicely done. That's a good time, that is. Very good time. Alrighty. Okay, Ryan. Thanks for that. Good runs as always. Really, yeah, it's not doing as much damage as I like in the threes. Good for singles though. Alright, worth knowing. Oh, I lost everyone. Hang on a sec. Ryan, do you want to stay in there? I think Tempest has dropped out. Yeah, don't go too far, Tempest. All right, James, we'll get you in. Let me generate a code for you. Non-DPS techno. That's no such thing. Technos are the best. All right, so there's the code. Haha. Right, we'll get you. We'll keep doing some runs for a bit. So D8. Oh, let me hit there. D8 D466Q2. Let me know if that works. Oh, you use the old code. Oh, well, fair enough. Good. I can see you're coming in. Whizzing 10. Oh, I've got a friend down, but all right. Yes, absolutely accept. Oh, I can see that. You can feel the lag, can't you? It's like he's there. He's there. It's magic. It's wizard. It's invisible. Are you coming in? Is he gonna get it there? Well, this could be interesting. That you'll be stood there the whole game. And go, everything's dead. What happened? All right, yeah, it's got your level 30. Yay! All right, so I'm guessing torrential downpour, light machine gun, skin, and a shotgun. Very good. All righty. Yeah, Peter, I tell you what, it's one thing you do really notice, isn't it? The difference between if you go back to your old consoles, and I've got a lot of old consoles. And compare it to the modern ones, and just there's so much. It's so quick now. It's great. All right. Hey, we got to do City of Nomads really, then, haven't we? Let's do it. This content is designed for groups! Exclamation mark. Triple turret support mode. Yep, no, good stuff. Everything will be frozen. I mean, I guess that's the other thing, isn't it, about running speed runs? Is you basically your builds will be designed to play with each other, which ours aren't. So, am I taking advantage of the debuffs you're putting on? No, and vice versa. Although Tricksters don't put on debuffs, so ignore that. Ooh, yeah. Okay, 54%, and we're frozen. Come on, you can make it. You can make it. Eesh. This could be a crash situation. Man, if it is, it really doesn't like the PS4. What are your guys' systems doing? Mine's just completely frozen at 54% now. Let me know. Oh, 80%. Come on! Woo. I'm 100%. We're there. Almost. We need some elevator music for this one. Yeah, 3 different platforms is probably straining it to the max. Okay. All right. Is that typical, is it? Yeah, I'm just not used to seeing it anymore. Funny enough, the servers on some games for the PlayStation don't seem to be great. I know, so I watch Apex Hound playing PGA 2K21, and his is forever going slow. I'm just going to get these skulls that we've got. I'll come up here. That'll be my excuse for not doing as much damage as you guys on this one. Oh, I missed the skull. Okay, you guys push on. I'll get the skull. Do, 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 do. All right. Come in. Leave something alive for me. Do, 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 do. Jeez, everything is dead already. You. Interesting. Nope, can't hit it from that side. All right, there you go. Do, do, do. All right, let me get the skull while I'm here. All right, nice stuff. Hey, 6 people on. Hello. Great to have you. Oh, hit that like button. I'm supposed to say that, aren't I? Definitely subscribe there. Just running some expeditions. We ran through some builds at the start. We ran through some news. So if you missed it all, check it out. Rewind and see what you missed. Oh, whoa, Bullsh. He's down. Behind you. Let's get them. always nice to have debuffs. Oh, I've got to go and let the cat out in a second. One of the demolishers is stuck in the wall. That's interesting. It's just stuck there. Oh, now it's out. All right. Oh, that's the problem, isn't it? I ran out of ammo. Should have kept an eye on that. All right, let's get something up here. Alrighty. One left. First one there. Is that going to hit it from there? Probably not. All right. Nice smooth run so far. I think I got all the skulls other than the last one, so we'll put that up at the end. Nice run. Hang on. Let me get those guys behind you. That's good. Nice. Very smooth. Right, Charlie, I know. 8:21, that's a good time. Very nice. All right, let me shoot this thing. And we're up. Right. Someone can trigger. I'm just going to let this cat out. Go on there. All right, you two. All right. So this will be interesting. Let's see how this survives against these. The Harbinger Hammer. Headhunter. Was he? Something of heads, isn't he? I forgot what it is now. always take offense to that. I mean, parry this, you fucking casual. It's like, is that a dig at me or something? Oh, God. Do you know, it's one of the annoying things about Funeral Pyre is it double reloads every now and again. It's so annoying. All right. Well, that was a little bit anticlimactic. I like that, Tempest. He's like, whoa. I must find out which one of these guns I haven't got. I'm pretty certain that there's one I haven't got. Oh yeah, very impressive. I think he said I don't think I've got the throne. I think that's, isn't it? It's no the storm stuff. Yeah, no, good stuff, James. Good run. Orion, as always. Far too heavy for him. He's like, whoa, he's like trying to hold himself up with it, isn't he? Whoa. It's funny though, isn't it? It's just, I think, the more, we've been playing this, well, I've been playing Outriders since February 25th when the demo came out, and it's got to a stage now where the content is just so trivialized. It's just, you just don't die really. I mean, it used to be a struggle. So we definitely need more stuff. No, thanks, James. That was great to run you, and hopefully we'll see you again next week. Actually, I've got to make a decision, guys, about the streams. Do I continue to do 2 streams, or should I just do 1 stream that's longer? Some people are always angry. They are indeed. Hey, that's a bit better. I mean, bearing in mind, James, absolutely, you'd have been, you were a support build, 2, you had all your lag issues, but at least this build held up a little bit better. It's because I know what it is. Oh no, don't worry about it, James. It's because Tempest steals all the kills. That's what it is. That's why I wasn't doing as much damage. Honest. Yeah. What do you want, James? Do you want another run, or are you going to drop out? Ooh. Let us know. Happy to do either. Is lunch calling or not? Which reminds me, I need to eat something today. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be the usual, difficulty curve, isn't it? That, once you're geared up, it's going to be fairly easy. Oh, there you go. See, you made me look good. I'm just going to try that. No, that's way too bright now, isn't it? I got the sun coming in, which is nice, but it's the camera's like, whoa. All right, James. Well, that was awesome. Thank you very much. So we got 4 people on. Who wants to jump back in? Tempest, obviously, always more than welcome. If anyone else wants to jump in, shout now. Going once. Going twice. Right, let me ping you an invite, Tempest. And we'll run a couple more. Well, maybe 1 or 2 more. Ooh, Technomancer. Average level 12. Come on. How'd you get that mentor thing, Tempest? Is that because... What's that from? Yeah, I don't think anyone else does, Tempest, so... Do you want us to run you your on your gear level 12 to see if I can then keep up with you damage wise? It's the only chance I've got. I'm just curious, how does it get mental though on there? I don't think I've ever seen that. Ignore that. All right, I'll ignore it. There's something secret. Tempest is really one of the developers. He's not telling us. All right, cool. Let me pop back in and all of a sudden it's ping the... Oh, we have another trickster. Oh, hang on. That's clever, isn't it? I managed to actually pick up the gun, didn't I, and equip it. Let's empty this out before we start. I'll just do that. Actually, hang on. If I do this... Do. There you go. No one will tell us apart now. All right, let's see what we got. Let's go for Marshall's Complex because 2 tricksters in Molten Death would be painful. I couldn't even imagine doing that. Oh, nothing's dying. I haven't got any healing. Hey, great to have everyone on today. Thanks for joining. And if anyone's joined who hasn't been on, we ran through builds at the start, did some news, and now we're running some expeditions. If anyone who wants to join up. So do go back and watch the rest if you missed it. Oh, look, yeah, he's doing it again, isn't he? I don't know. I mean, it's just, I feel there's some issues here that Tempest you need to work through with all of this hogging of the kills. Do, 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 do. All right. Hey, Craven, how's it going? So Australia's completely opened up now, I understand. Anyone up top? That's one. Thanks, Tempest. How are things with you, sir? What? You're joking. He was young. Holy crap, I hadn't caught out with that one. That's a tragedy. He must be... I'm trying to think how old he is. He must be... Probably... Was he in his 50s? Maybe not even that. That's crazy. Greatest spin bowler ever. $52. Jeez. That's scary, isn't it? Right, chaps, I'm ready. Yeah, no, exactly. He was always a bit of a party man, wasn't he? That is insane, though. It's, jeez. It's funny, as everyone always sort of says, more celebs or more famous people die, and each year. I guess it's because there's so many more famous people in the world now, in terms of because of the internet, because of multimedia. Everyone is famous now for 15 minutes. Oh, but yeah, no, that's really sad. That is. I hope they do something for him, some sort of memorial. You can reload now. Thank you. Ah, you double reload. Thanks, Tempest. Do, 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 do. I kind of feel sorry for these enemies. Do you fancy jumping on Craven for an expedition at some point? I've probably got a few more left in me, which is coming up on 2 hours. Ooh. All right. That was a lot of damage there. Those guys didn't know what hit them. Ooh, I like the thermal bomb when it does that. Very nice. Like it around. Alright, let's go and get this brood mother. Man, we left two. Ooh, not for long though. Oh, of course, it's Saturday where you are, Craven. Yeah, happy weekend. That is good. I like that. A good night Friday night, was it? Yeah. Yeah, fortunately I haven't done that for a long time. So, although I'm sure that it's only, where are we? So I got March, April. I've got 2 months until I get married. So I'm sure that'll be a big night, big day. Yeah, no sunlight noises. All right, we'll keep it quiet. Shh. Everyone keep quiet. I'll turn the sound down on everything. Interesting. Just looking at the number of enemies killed, it's just doing well on killing enemies. But it's just a little bit behind on the damage output. Alright. Oh, thanks, Craven. Third time's the charm, as they say. Just delete some of that. I'll get rid of migraine. Oh, nice, Gran Turismo. Yeah, I say that's PlayStation only, isn't it? I guess at some stage. Should we just we'll do one more, and then we'll start to wrap things up. What do we got? We're not doing either Storm because it's boring. Time will spar, Heart the Bar, Boomtown. I guess Colosseum. It's always a nice one. Hey, Abu, how's things going? Yeah, eventually I will get around to getting a PlayStation 5, I suspect. I mean, once it's just easier to get. The only one that seems to be easy at the moment is the Xbox Series S, doesn't it? Everything else, you just got to fight against the scalpers. Hey, Andrew. Is that Andrew Underwood as in Andrew Underwood? The Andrew Underwood? Hey, how's it going? How's things in the UK? I'm looking forward, actually. I'll be back in... Oh, you got a PS5? Oh, you lucky bugger. I'm actually hoping to be back in the UK, or I will be back in the UK if everything goes to plan, in July. So we should try and catch up if we can in London. So we'll be in London for about Gonna say 4 days, and then we're heading off to Bath for a few days. Actually, we're going to the Cotswolds first, and then we're heading over to Bath, and then back towards London, meeting up with my brother in a location yet to be announced. Just before we then fly back, so we'll definitely have to catch up. Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. How's Claudia, I should say, and the kids actually? How old are they now? They're getting on. Well, it scares me because I mean Beckett is 12 now, and Noah's 19 soon, which is just crazy. $14, jeez, that's scary. That's crazy. Oh, on the PS5 now, are they? Hey. Yeah, no, that'd be really good. That'd be really good, Andrew. Can't wait. Yeah, I think we'll probably catch up with Greg and Stefan. I think probably maybe even Steve Loudwell as well. For anyone who hasn't guessed, I know Andrew from a long time ago from the real world. So the real world rather than the Matrix. Door's not opening yet. Oh, awesome. The more the merrier. Yeah, I'm going to be playing, probably the next game I play a fair bit of is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is looking really good game, actually. Lots of inappropriate humour, which is perfect for the kids. Oosh. Wow. All right, that was crazy quick. Very good, Craven. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. Bacon sandwich sounds fantastic right now. Hey, look, that's love for you, that is. Boo Temple, you could do a boo, but I wouldn't. Temple Slice just I'm afraid it's just not very good. It just doesn't hit too much hard, or doesn't hit hard enough. Sorry, that's not, get my English right. And yeah, and also while you're spinning, you're just sitting duck really. So I would not recommend that. Sadly, they need to really buff it quite a lot to make it at all viable. I think yeah, you got much better options. Like this build with the little bit of pain on Time Rift. It's a much stronger build. Cyclone Slice, no, don't do it. Very good. Yeah, good run. Good run as well. Well, I didn't get to play Elden Ring in the end, but it was awesome. Thank you so much for all the runs, everyone. I expect to see Andrew, you leveling up a character on Outriders very soon, so we can get you in here, do some runs. Yeah, and I agree, Tempest. It just doesn't hit hard enough, which is a shame because it's a cool looking, and look, who wouldn't want to spin around with dealing damage to everyone? But it's just yeah, it just doesn't hit hard enough to make it worthwhile. Again, yeah, damage is not good on this build. Oh well, good for solo is how I put it. I think. See with that, you guys just kill things too quickly. Very good. Look at that. What a team. Yeah, no, it is. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, everyone. I think I'm going to wrap things up there. We're a couple hours in, and that's good for me. It's also incredibly bright in here today, isn't it? I don't know what's going on with the camera. It's too bright, so I might have to have a play around with that for next time. So it's there you go. We all know. It's obviously focusing on something and making it incredibly bright. But I'll have a work with that for next time. Thanks a lot for joining me. Really good to have you all on here for quite a long period. And yeah, hit the like button before you leave. But that was really good. And hopefully next time we'll have some news on what's coming next, but probably not. Until next time, casual out.